into it. She pushes my abdomen up, reaches, rolls off the condom, and pulls me in her real quick, bro. Like, you date women. I'm pretty sure you've been in a situation where shorty hit you with the wham real quick before you knew it. You in her. You don't know what the hell is going on, but it's so good you don't come out because, you know, like, we know how we are as men. Once you get inside like that, it weakens us. It's like kryptonite to a man. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like fell into it because it was a totally different sensation. I'm high off this ecstasy. It's like, wow, I done fell into heaven all of a sudden. So me and her kind of forget Puff is even there, and we're just going at it, slow, deep strokes. And what snapped me back into the encounter was Diddy himself actually asking Cassie specifically, like, yo, you fucking him raw now? Whoop. Both of us look up. She's looking me in the eye. I'm looking at her like, I'm waiting for her to say something because this is your dude and it was your idea. So what you waiting for me to say something?
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Raw Reacts. I got a great episode for y'all today, but I need y'all to like, comment, subscribe. We're growing. We almost at 2,000. My goal by the end of the year is 10K. I know y'all got my back, but I ain't gonna waste no time. Let's hop right into it.
And Cassie would tell you to come in here, right?
Oh yeah. The first time we had unprotected sex was definitely Cassie. Again, bro, like I'm trying to use the right word to respect your platform, but I was smashing her, bro. I was putting that twerking. Yeah, like, it's not, you know, it's bad to say, but it's kind of obvious. She's a beautiful woman. A heterosexual man, it takes no effort to do what you got to do with that woman. So I would go in there, bro, and I'm making love to her like it's the last day on earth, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going in on her. The first time we had unprotected sex actually is the first time she drugged me with ecstasy.
What?
We probably had been seeing each other for maybe, I want to say, 2 years, and they would put me through it, bro. Like, I would go to these encounters and I would be up for like a day and a half, and bro, I would be hurting because I wasn't taking drugs with them. I was an athlete. I ran 5 miles a day. I was a constant like workout enthusiast. I don't got time to be doing all them rock star drugs. And besides, I'm not in the music industry. You know, the music industry is a rock star lifestyle. This is how they live. I don't live like that. So I remember asking Cassie, like, you know, what do you take to stay up like this? Like, cause I'll be with you for days and you got the same energy like you had in the morning when I got here. So I remember she looks at me and she says, I was hoping you would ask. Hold on a second. She goes into the room. She comes out quick. She shows me like a purple E-pill, thick E-pill too. And I said, what's that? She said, it's ecstasy. She starts breaking it down to me. And I'll be honest, at first I was resistant. I'm like, nah, don't take that. I'm good. But you know, it's like what they say. Most men who do hard drugs, a woman introduces them to it. A woman opens you up to it under the promise of sex or something that's going to give you a benefit for trying this substance. And it's true. So basically, Cassie tells me that if I take a little bit of this substance with her, the sex is going to be amazing. It's going to go from like 1 to a 10. And looking at her, how beautiful she was, how the great intercourse we were already having, it was enticing to see, like, wait a minute, it can get better than this? Really? I'm curious. So I don't like to take pills. I told her, you know, like, all right, how am I supposed to take this? She says, hold on, I'll crush it up for you and I'll put like a half or a quarter of it in the drink. So she gives me this drink. I drink the drink, and she did not lie, bro. Within like 30 minutes, my entire body was alive. Like, I could feel every nerve ending. Me and this girl ended up having sex for like 3 days when she gave me this time. During the course of this sex, I believe it was sometime during the night, you know, we were involved in the encounter. So, you know, I'm stroking her. It's hot. She's into it. She pushes my abdomen up, reaches, rolls off the condom, and pulls me in her real quick, bro. Like, you date women. I'm pretty sure you've been in a situation where shorty hit you with the wham real quick before you knew it. You in her. You don't know what the hell is going on, but it's so good you don't come out because, you know, like, we know how we are as men. Once you get inside like that, it weakens us. It's like kryptonite to a man. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like fell into it because it was a totally different sensation. I'm high off this ecstasy. It's like, wow, I done fell into heaven all of a sudden. So me and her kind of forget Puff is even there, and we're just going at it, slow, deep strokes. And what snapped me back into the encounter was Diddy himself actually asking Cassie specifically, like, yo, you fucking him raw now? Both of us look up. She's looking me in the eye. I'm looking at her like, I'm waiting for her to say something because this is your dude and it was your idea. So what you waiting for me to say something? She tells him like, oh, you know, I checked this paperwork. It's all good. And that bothered me because, I still thought they were in a monogamous relationship. So immediately to me, someone with some intelligence, the first red flag was, why would this woman lie to her man about seeing my STD results? The hell with that. No, no, no. I jump up. I say, yo, man, listen, check this out. I do have clean test results. I can pull them up on my phone. Can she pull hers up? He said, I thought she's seen it already. I said, I ain't show her nothing, but I want to show you because I want to see her and I want to do this right. And Diddy's a man. Diddy's cool. He said, you know something, bro? I respect you telling the truth. He was mad at Cassie, but he was so into the freak off and we was going so like hot and heavy, he didn't want us to stop. So he tells her to show me her results. She shows me her results. I log in. I think it was Quest Diagnostics I was using at the time. I showed them my results, and this is how the freak offs continue. Now, the next encounter, because, like I was high, I had unprotected sex with this girl. I was super nervous when I left. Like, damn, I probably caught everything in the book. So I go and immediately get an STD test, and it does come back clean. So the next time I see Cassie, I'd rather be safe rather than sorry. I pull out a condom. She says, what's up? And I said, we never know what could happen. I know you said you're on the pill. I got a girlfriend. No, we got to be careful. She says, all right. Diddy sees the condom. He said, yo, bro, what's that for? Like, you already done had sex with a raw. You really want to put a condom on? I said, yeah, I got a girlfriend and we got to be careful. So Cassie throws the ball on me. Like, I didn't have a problem without the condom. He wants the condom. So now she throws me under the bus and puts it on me.
I know this is a good story. This is really, really good dialogue. Ironically, the name of the podcast is called The Art of Dialogue. But this paints Cassie in a whole different picture, man. This paints her in the freaky side, the lusting, it's just crazy, man. This whole thing is just crazy, man. Let's continue, guys.
He wants the condom. So now she throws me under the bus and puts it on me. Diddy comes back at me like, yo, bro, you don't think my girl's JJ clean? Like, what's wrong with you? I done blessed you and let you hit raw already. And now you're going to reject it. She's looking at me. He's looking at me. Peer pressure is real, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, crazy. I'm thinking to myself, the STD test came back clean. All right, Clay, you know what? What you got to lose? Because the ball's in your court. They putting you under pressure. And I really needed the situation at the time. So I didn't want to mess it up. So I went with it.
Wow. And she forced you to have sex with her before, right? While she was on her period? She put hands on you?
No, she didn't put hands on me. She forced herself on me. That's a difficult story, but it's not too hard to tell once you understand what happened. She calls me for one encounter. I can't remember the exact year right now, but I remember it was cold. And it was my anniversary with the girlfriend I was dating at the time. So, I was like unavailable for the weekend. So Cassie happens to call me this weekend. She's like, yo, are you available? Come to LA. I'm like, baby, I can't. It's my anniversary with my real girlfriend. This is my real life. I got to stay here. She flips on me. What the hell are you talking about? We made a deal a couple of years ago that you were exclusively for me. This is monogamous. What? You're supposed to be available when I call you. She's pissed. So I'm confused, bro, because you got a whole man.
What they say about them true colors again? What they say about that? I'm sorry, but this don't sound nothing like a victim to me. This sounds like a person that was into it and that was having fun and was seemed like a little bit emotionally attached, man. I don't know, man. Let me say it right now. These are bombshells, like for real. This is crazy,
bro. Because you got a whole man. What the hell are you mad at me for going with my girlfriend that you know about that I've been dating 4 or 5 years? She doesn't care anything about that. She's cursing at me. She's rude. She's like, yo, basically, if you don't come, we're done. We're done. And I was shocked by that. So she hung up on me. I think, you know what? Let me call Diddy. Tell Diddy what time it is. He's a man. He got a woman. He might respect my situation enough to let me come in the morning and at least let me spend tonight with my chick. I called Diddy up. I explained the situation and he totally agrees with me. He says, let me talk to him. So he hangs up. He calls me back maybe 5 minutes later. He said, bro, she's not trying to hear that. If you don't get on this plane, she never going to call you again.
Oh, man.
Now, the truth is, they paid me so well. They paid my mortgage when I went to see them for like 2-3 months every time I see them. So it made sense for me to go because of the economic reliance I had on what they were doing for me. So I go out there to see her.
And I'm telling you right now, all the women that have already been seeing these interviews and seen him are all calling him a liar. I don't want to hear that shit, man. I don't want to hear the victim blaming. I don't want to hear y'all saying that he wasn't financially. This is the same thing that y'all were saying. Cassie was financially abused. Diddy had all the money and all this shit. Well, Diddy's and Cassie got all the money and they're holding above his head now. So it sounds like he's being by women's standards. He's being financially abused. By women's standards, he's being financially abused. Like straight up. So I don't want to hear he just trying to get some. He just no. I don't want to hear that. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. He's a victim. You ask me.
I had on what they were doing for me. So I go out there to see her. I get there maybe 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. I remember I got there late. And when I finally got into the suite after all the delays, normally when I enter the FreakOff, it would be a bunch of little tea candle lights all over the suites because these were really nice suites, bro. These were like duplex suites. They were like 5-star apartments in these hotels, these suites in the Beverly Hills Hotel and etc. Diddy and Cassie took a lot of time to set up for these freak-offs. Like there would be platters of baby oil, one platter of baby oil, Astroglide. There might be another platter of Ciroc, De Leon, champagne, water. The blankets would be covering the couch to prevent from accidentally damaging the furniture with baby oil. The tea candles would be all around again. So, there was like a romantic ambiance to it, a sexual ambiance to the room. There was a vibe, if you want to call it. This is the only time I saw them in 8 years. There was no vibe in the room. It was dark. There was comforters over the couch, but I remember the living room drapes were completely drawn, so you couldn't see anything. So now when I walk into this room, it's dark and Diddy's in there and he just has one candle covering his face. And he's like, yo, man, she mad at you, but y'all make up, but she mad at you. I'm like, all right, whatever. Cassie comes into the bedroom. She don't even talk to me. So I'm trying to, but at this point I had like 4 or 5 years and I'm a gentleman. I'm a charmer. I try to charm her. I'm like, yo, you really mad at me for being with my girlfriend? I'm like, how you mad at me, baby? Like, I got a girlfriend. I can't shit on
the whole dynamic in the dialogue in which he's speaking in, and shout out to Art of Dialogue. You mad at me, baby? I got a girlfriend. Like, what kind of relationship? This is just crazy, man. Like the fact that you even talking to her like this, and she's with Diddy. Like, I don't know. Either Diddy's like a real freak, which he is. He really is, or he just literally that. I think it's a combination of both. He's a freak and he just didn't give a fuck about Cassie. Because any man that cares about their girl, that loves her, that truly loves her, ain't letting this shit fly. They for damn sure ain't letting you call their girl baby and all that extra shit and make love. That ain't flying, man. This is just this whole Hollywood. I don't know, man. Let's continue.
me, baby. Like, I got a girlfriend. I can't shit on my girlfriend. That's my real life. She's like ignoring me. Diddy's actually trying to talk to her like, yo, babe, he got a girlfriend. Like, you got a man. What you really so mad for? So I guess when he said that, she kind of realized she was playing herself. And she's like, whatever. And I'm like, all right, so you mad? I try to give her a hug. And, she gives me the hug back. And I can smell the alcohol on her. So I know she's drunk because I can smell it. She pushes me on the couch. All right. She starts kissing me, whatever. I'm thinking she's just drunk. She's horny. She's ready to go like women sometimes are. A woman can get so drunk they become sexually aggressive. Mm-hmm. This is what I'm thinking she's doing. So she pushes me on the couch. She's kissing me. She's rubbing my chest. She gets my shirt off. She gets me to stand up. She gets my pants off. And at first it felt pretty good. It was like, oh crap, she's taking you. This is what's up. All right, bet, But after a couple of seconds, it just started to feel weird because she was too aggressive, and she was never aggressive like this. Diddy controlled the pace. If he thought we was going too fast, if he thought it was too much lust involved, he would be like, slow down. But this time he didn't say anything. So she's continuing to do this, and the faster and faster she's going, the more and more it's feeling uncomfortable. So now I start to tell her, like, hold on, wait, let me see what's going on. She's not trying to hear that. She pins me with her hips around the couch, and she's kissing me. She throws her tongue in my mouth like she's really passionate, and I can taste the alcohol on her tongue. Finally, she kind of like jumps up. She grabs my manhood and she like sits on it quick. She's already wet from what I think, so it goes in. We start having sex, whatever. As a man, when you're inside of a woman, it really doesn't. I can't say it doesn't matter how it feels, but it's a different feeling. It's kind of debilitating. Let's just be honest as men. It's a little debilitating. It's kind of like kryptonite. So I want to get up, but I can't because I'm actually having sex. And it's like, oh my God, wait a minute. I want to get up, but I can't. So she comes quick. Oh my God, she comes. When she comes, I feel her body weaken. So I take her, push her off, roll over, and they had some touch lamps, I remember, to the left of me. on the nightstand and I touched the touchland 3 times real quick. Yo, bro, it's blood everywhere. Blood on the sheets, blood on
Yo.
the floor underneath me, darkened blood stains in my lap. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm looking at her like, yo, what the hell? And she pretends like, oh my God, I didn't know I had my period. It must have just came. But the way she
Oh,
said it and the smirk on
wow.
her face, I said, yo, she lying. So I got pissed. I'm like, yo, you did that to me on purpose? So normally when they saw me, I'm a gentleman. I'm professional speaking. I talk kind of like a white guy. They saw the black guy come out of me this day. Like, yo, you did that to me? Like, what the hell is wrong with you? So I start spazzing on her. Diddy sees me getting angry and he stops it. He said, yo, bro, chill out. I said, nah, I ain't chilling out nothing, dude. You crazy? Look what she just did to me. And he said, you know what? Let me talk to her. She drunk, bro. Cause she's basically in my face, like telling me, go F myself. Men have sex with women all the time. Like, what's the big deal? She's discounting the fact that
Wow.
she forced herself on me on her menstrual cycle, which is technically a sexual assault. Diddy goes in the room. They may be in there for 2 or 3 minutes. He comes back out and he looks me directly in the face. He says, yo, bro, listen, I'm sorry. He said she knew she was on her period. She wanted to have sex. We just came back from an event. She's mad drunk. She's mad horny. He said, yo, bro, she should have told you and gave you the option to do that. She was wrong. So I look over at her and she's just sitting there like this against the wall, like leaning against the wall, but she's not saying anything. So I'm waiting for her to apologize, which she never does. Finally, he takes out a wad of money. He gives me the wad of money. He said, yo, man, accept this as my apology. We booked you a suite downstairs because they were in the Beverly Hills Hotel. He said, go take a shower, get some rest, let her sober up tomorrow. He said, yo, you know, y'all been doing this so long. I feel like y'all got your own relationship. So y'all shouldn't really mess it up because she's drunk and making a mistake. I had flew for 5 hours to LA. I was exhausted. It's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, so there's no flights leaving LA, so I technically have to stay. I stay to the next morning. I think I get up like 7, 8 o'clock. Cassie calls me around 10 o'clock and she tells me she's sorry. She was drunk. She knew she was on her period. She basically confirms the fact that she knew she was on her period. She was drunk and that she intentionally violated me because she was feeling a
Wow.
way about the fact that I wouldn't come to her instead of my girlfriend. So
Wow.
that's how she forced herself on me and sexually assaulted me because I never knew she was on her period. She never told me. And then when I actually find out, she tried to discount me, like the fact that I was offended because I felt insulted didn't matter because she was paying me for sex. And I guess she figured that I didn't matter as a person.
Man, this is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. And I hope y'all are stuck in through, man. I hope y'all like this, subscribe, man. There's other parts to this I'm going to drop. This is actually a really good interview. I'm lost for words, guys. I'm lost for words. This whole thing is just, and then I think that he may be one of the ones that's filing a lawsuit against her. And like I said, I don't want to hear any woman come up here and try to discount her story because every single story that comes out, y'all are riding with the women. Every single one, whether or not they're lying, whether or not they're telling the truth, it doesn't matter. Y'all rock out with them. And when and a lot of times when it comes out that they've been lying, y'all don't have nothing to say. Y'all have nothing to say. So keep that same energy. Keep that same energy for him. He deserves his day in court. He deserves to be heard. He's a victim. Straight up. That's how I feel about it. But I need to know what y'all think about this in the comments, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, baby.